So it's time for a new unit, and that always makes me so happy. This is some of the best beginnings are when we're launching a new unit. In order to get ready to start your Unit 2, you're going to need a yellow tab, and this year it happens to be yellow. You may have a different colored one, but it's definitely one that says Unit 2, Operations with Rational Numbers. You're going to need the integer cheat sheet and the integer flowchart, both from the activity table. I'm going to show you how to get your first couple of pages in your interactive notebook. So I have mine here to show you. I've already put in my yellow tab, as you can see, and it should be on the page with the 2, and it should be on the page 15. However, you guys really struggled with the tabs for Unit 1, so I wanted to grab a student's interactive notebook and walk you through once again on how to do that. So on page 14, you have your I plan. And so remember, your I plan should be able to be like folded up, and you should be able to look at both sides and have everything there. Turn the page from the page 14, and we're going to have the back of the page. We always use front and back. However, the tabs don't work when we're starting our unit on the back of a page very well. Technically, I guess it could, but for now, we always are going to start a new unit on a fresh page. So this would be the one time that you have permission to do that. And what I'm going to have you do, this was actually cut wrong. Uh-oh. So, how the tabs work is that the tabs have to stick out from the page. I don't want them flush up against the edge. So what we do is we fold it so that if you're looking at it from the back side, you can still read this is Unit 2, Operations with Rational Numbers, and looking at it from the front side, you can see that. The problem is we need to have it in such a way that it sticks out and shows both sides. Okay? So as long as it sticks out some. Now the blue tab we pushed all the way to the top, and we put our number on it. This one we're going to push more near the bottom of the page, and we're going to adjust it so that it sticks out a little bit. Then you can take your glue, and I know I'm always talking to you guys about too much glue. Just one little line will do it. We're going to glue that down. I promise at first it doesn't seem like it will be enough, but then it will. Then on the page, you're just going to draw a really big 2. I'm pretty sure this student won't mind me doing their 2 for them. If you want, you can decorate your 2 if you have time. Time is always an issue. I did decorate my 2. Sometimes I think that's fun. That's a little character, a little creativity to your notebook. This is page 15. Okay, be sure you number page 15. Then you'll go to your table of contents at the very beginning, which I believe is on page 3. Page 14 was the Unit 1 I plan. You can skip a line, come down, and put that your Unit 2, which is Operations with Rational Numbers. You can see I abbreviated there. Unit 2, Operations with Rational, R-A-T''L, Numbers. And this was on page 15. That's our big 2 page. We're going to do page 16 and 17 during this video. Page 16 is going to be our integer cheat sheet. And page 17 is going to be our integer flow chart. All right, super important. Remember that you take care of your table of contents. As you saw when we graded our unit pages before, that's part of the grade, is keeping up the table of contents. So page 15 is our number sense Unit 2 page with the tab. 16 is our integer cheat sheet. 17 is our integer flow chart. If your yellow tab looks like this instead of how the other one was cut, with the line here, then it's a little bit easier because all you're doing is folding a crease on the line between the two unit 2s, and then you can line up the edge of the paper with the line here. So page 15 is the unit 2. Let's look at page 16 and 17. This part will go really fast because you're not having to take notes. You're just going to put down your reference sheets. And guys, these are really important reference sheets because as you are doing your work, I will require you to have this open next to you and using it. Otherwise, you ask me too many questions. This tells you when adding integers, if the signs are the same, you add and keep the sign. If the signs are different, you subtract and keep the sign. There's more examples. For subtracting integers, we're going to do keep, flip, change. We're going to call also add a line, add a line. That's going to be new for me this year. I'm going to learn that with you. And then what to do for multiplying integers and what to do for dividing integers. Okay? So it would be really helpful to you if you would write down here between multiplying and the dividing that 2 negatives make a positive. That's what you're going to hear the teacher say most often when talking about multiplying and dividing integers, that 2 negatives make a positive. Okay, this is a reference sheet. Now, a faster reference for integers, once you really learn how to do your integers, and I'm having a terrible time with my camera, forgive me, is this quick flow sheet. So if I'm adding with same signs, I add and keep the sign of the bigger number. If I'm subtracting, if I'm adding with different signs, I subtract and keep the sign of the bigger number. And here's examples. If I'm subtracting, I'm going to add the opposite or keep, flip, change. Once I've done that, I have an addition problem. So again, same signs, add, different signs, subtract. When I'm multiplying and dividing, same signs, 2 positives or 2 negatives, the answer is positive. But if they have different signs, then the answer is negative. This is a faster flow chart. It's one that I have on the wall. It's one that you've used in your regular classroom as well.
Thank you for coming to
It goes on page 17.
First hour.
All right.
Should be beginning.
That is all you have to do in this video. You've got this already labeled in your table of contents. You have your 2 page with your tab. You are good to go.